Welcome back, Mascoutah. My name is Brandon Woodrum, principal here at Mascoutah High School, and we are so excited to have you back in person. It's been a long time coming. Last time we had students on a consistent basis in our building, believe it or not, was way back in March 13th of last school year. We've come a long way. We've got a lot of changes in store, and we're here to talk to you about those changes during this presentation.
Students, I'm Jeff Junker, assistant principal here at the high school in charge of freshmen. We are really excited to have you back in school, those that have chose the hybrid model. Being here with nobody here has certainly been a big change, and looking forward to seeing students in the hallways and communicating with you all.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Scott Battis, the athletic director and the junior class assistant principal. It's been a long time since we've seen you guys, but we couldn't be more excited to have you back in the high school with all the great things we have ahead of us. I know there'll be some challenges. I know there'll be some interesting things come up in such an uncertain time, but we are certain that with your help and our leadership that we will get through this together.
Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Cooley and I am beyond excited to get to meet you for the first time here physically. I know we've been talking somewhat via the computer and email, but to be able to meet you guys physically and be able to build relationships and collaborate with you all is going to be such an amazing time. I'm so happy to get to know you, so happy to be a part of this Mascoutah family, and I can't wait to finish this year with you all.
As mentioned, my name is Mr. Woodrum. I'm principal here at Mascoutah High School. I oversee the senior class. Mr. Jeff Junker, assistant principal of the freshman class. Mrs. Michelle Cooley is the assistant principal over the sophomore class. And Mr. Scott Battis is assistant principal over the junior class, as well as serves as the athletic director. In our counseling office, there are no new faces from last year, for those of you that were with us last year. Miss Sarah Gordon oversees students with the last names of A through G. Mr. Matt Carr oversees students with the last names H through O. And Mrs. Christine Renth oversees students with the last names P through Z. We also have two wonderful social workers, Mrs. Monica Lynch and Mrs. Brandy Garlick. Returning to us this year as school resource officer is Officer Mark Sundquist. If you need him for any reasons, he is typically here in the building, and he can be found right in front of the gym in room 002. Our nurse is Mrs. Jenny Miller-Wilson, and the nurse's office is in room 186. We encourage all students to join Google Classrooms for their specific classes. The classroom codes are listed here, and they will also be shared out again to you via email. Again, all students, if you have not already joined a Google Classroom, please do so. Lots of important information about the class, particularly for juniors and seniors with SAT testing, graduation information. All of that is going to be very relevant and found on the Google Classrooms. As you know, student attendance is going to be very strange this year with the hybrid in-person learning model. When you are in person on your day and you are unable to attend for any attendance reasons, it is expected that you have your parents call Miss Rafferty, our attendance secretary. Information for this is provided in our hybrid learning plan and on the website. The expectation is that parents call the office before 9:30 if you are ill. If your parent forgets, they will have 24 hours before the attendance is an unexcused absence. Keep in mind, if you are out because you are ill and you're still able to work remotely, that would be great and actually strongly encouraged, but we need to know for in-person attendance purposes if you will be in the building or not. Continuation of student attendance, prearranged absences, college visits, funerals, weddings, etc. You must have pre-approval at least 3 days before that planned absence. Please keep in mind also that if you are absent for 10 days or more, we will be sending a letter home with the request of a doctor's note. Being here is critical. If you are able to be here, we expect that you are here. We are looking for you to help us avoid truancy. Please keep in mind that truancy is not showing up when you should be here for an extended period of time unexcused. Unexcused more than 6 days will result in scheduling a local truancy review board meeting. Eventually, this could take a student to truancy court through the regional office of St. Clair County. For those of you that are drivers, communication about parking space will be shared out in the coming weeks. Until you receive that information, student drivers are free to park in any student parking spot available. Student parking is in front of the gym and the field house. If you have any questions, please reach out to the office. Our cell phone policy has not changed since last year. It is expected that students keep their phones turned off and placed in their lockers at the beginning of the day until the end of the day. If you need to make a phone call, we have a student use phone in the office. You simply have to come down and ask to use the phone, and we will make it available for you. Students, I don't believe that we even have to tell you that vaping and e-cigarettes are not safe. We expect you to do what you need to do and be smart and be healthy. If you choose to vape, leave it at home. It doesn't belong on campus. It's not allowed on campus. And if it is confiscated, disciplinary actions will occur.
Okay guys, I'm going to be speaking to you about the hybrid learning and also some other expectations. The hybrid learning plan, the entire plan can be found on the MHS website, and it's also linked in the smoke signals. It includes student expectations following your schedule, your attendance expectations, and also your assignment expectations. School arrival and self-certification. The doors open at 7:15. Students must wear district-issued health certification lanyard to enter the school. Masks are to be worn upon entering the building and must be worn at all times. Your mask must cover your nose and mouth. Gaiters are not approved by the CDC and are not allowed at MHS. Students wishing to eat breakfast will go to the cafeteria immediately upon arrival, and students will proceed to their locker to store belongings and go directly to the first period class directly after eating their breakfast. Your hybrid instruction learning schedule can be found in the complete hybrid learning plan, and also it will be posted in your Google Classrooms that Mr. Woodrum spoke of earlier. Be sure to check those out so that you know what time your classes start and end. Your attendance. Students are expected to be in person on their scheduled day. If you are unable to attend an in-person due to illness or COVID-related symptoms, have your parents to please call the MHS attendance secretary, and the number is posted here on the screen, and let them know that you are ill. But if you are ill and able to access your computer remotely, you may do so. Wearing your mask correctly is very important here at MHS and keeping everyone safe. Please wash your hands before putting your mask on. Put it over your nose and mouth and secure it under your chin. Try to fit it snugly against the sides of your face. Make sure you can breathe easily. CDC does not recommend the use of mask or cloth mask for source control, and if they have a valve or vent. Classroom expectations. Masks are required while in the classroom, and they must cover your nose and mouth. All rules found in the student handbook will be followed during hybrid learning. Students are encouraged to use hand sanitizer provided in the classroom regularly. Seating charts will be required for all classes beginning the first day to assist with contact tracing. At the end of class, desks will be wiped down for the next class. first hour teachers will identify students that do not have a self-certification lanyard or mask on and have those students to stand outside the room. Administration and the school nurse will assess students outside of the rooms and determine if students are able to return to class or be sent to an area on campus designated for students unable to return to class based on certification concerns. Our hallways. This is going to be a little different from past years, so pay close attention. Everyone must maintain social distancing and remain on the right-hand side of the hall when moving from room to room. Signage is posted throughout the building. In keeping with social distancing expectations, loitering and gathering in the halls will not be permitted. Masks are required while in the halls. Your lockers. Students will be permitted to visit their lockers when they arrive at the beginning of the day, prior to fourth hour class, and at the end of the day prior to dismissal. Backpacks, coats, and cell phones will not be permitted in classrooms and should be left in lockers during the school day. Students should take all essential materials home at the end of the day.
Let's talk about restrooms. All students are expected to avoid non-emergency use of restrooms during Zoom time. Students are also expected to avoid non-emergency use of restrooms during all passing periods in an attempt to keep student instructional materials and items off of unclean surfaces and shelves. Remember, a maximum of 3 students will be permitted at a time in each restroom in an attempt to maintain social distancing regulations. Drinking fountains. Water fountains are closed and off limits. We have installed touchless bottle filling stations for your use in several locations throughout the school. We do encourage you, however, to use straws and respect the mask policy when taking a drink of water. Water is the only beverage permitted in classrooms. Snacks are not permitted during class time. Advisory teachers, periods 4, 5, and 6, may work out a plan with students who have brought a healthy snack with them. Students will be asked to continue to respect the mask rule while snacking. Peanuts and other highly allergenic foods will not be allowed. MHS will dismiss students with a staggered dismissal plan. The end of the day announcements will occur at 12:33. As soon as those announcements end, juniors and seniors will be dismissed from classrooms. 1 minute later, all freshmen and sophomore bus riders will be dismissed. A minute later than that, all freshmen and sophomore students will be dismissed. When dismissed, students will go to their lockers to take essential items before exiting the academic wing. Students who ordered lunch will go through the grab-and-go line in the cafeteria before they leave the building. There will be no activity bus during the hybrid phase. Only students remaining on campus for a pre-approved reason are permitted to stay on campus, and all others will be expected to leave campus upon dismissal. Faculty office hours will be in effect daily from 1:15 to 3 o'clock. Wednesdays, they will last until 2 p.m. due to faculty meetings. Students may communicate with teachers for assistance via Zoom. Small groups may be scheduled to meet in person. Students are responsible for attending all Zooms. If you're unable to attend a Zoom, your parents are asked to contact the MHS attendance secretary at 618-566-8523, extension 5101. Let's talk about student expectations. You must follow student handbook policies at all times as they relate to the technology acceptable use policy, cheating, plagiarism, disrespectful conduct, and bullying. Contact teachers when needing assistance. Teachers will have office hours daily, as we explained, in which they can talk to students via phone, email, or Zoom. Let's talk about diversity education at MHS. We continue to grow and mature as a school at MHS, our district, and at the community level. MHS is a no place for hate school which is an initiative that we will continue to be active in, and our adult and student leaders will continue to move this initiative forward. On top of that, the Mascoutah Athletic Department has also kicked off the Unity Project initiative that is pledging to promote an anti-racist, anti-homophobic, anti-hate platform that welcomes everyone. Those student athletes choosing not to take part in those beliefs in that initiative will be asked to leave our programs. If you are looking for ways to help or become involved, please see us in the athletic office for more details. Bullying is defined as any severe or pervasive physical or verbal act or conduct, including communications made in writing or electronically, directed toward a student or students. Please see the MHS Student Handbook, page 40, for further clarification. Any district student who is determined, after an investigation, to have engaged in conduct prohibited by this policy will be subject to a range of consequences, including discipline up to suspension and/or expulsion, educational consequences, and behavioral consequences. Sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is defined as any unwelcome sexual advances or requests for sexual favors or any conduct of sexual nature. Students who are the victim of sexual harassment committed by employees or students are encouraged to notify the school district through their building principal immediately.
All right, students, just a couple more things as we get to the end here. The dress code, just remember we do have a dress code. I would suggest that you look on the handbook pages, page 45 and 6, because there's a lot with hats, shirts, pants, everything that goes with it. So please check that out on 45 and 46, because any student whose attire is considered inappropriate or offensive will be required to obtain suitable clothing before returning to class. When you are here in school, it is possible that you may have Chromebook problems. Just like when you were at home with the remote, we want to make sure that you are filling out the remote learning help desk form. We are not sending people down straight to the media center and the Chromebook center to get help. Please fill that out and we will be able to get with you and help you as soon as possible. Students are responsible for any damage, must follow the acceptable use policy. And at this time, we really don't have any loaners if you forget or didn't charge your device. Clubs and activities, there are many that you can get involved with. Now that you're in school, you'll be able to talk to more teachers. This was sent out on the classroom page, Google Classrooms. So please check it out again, and it has a link where you can go to each club and activity. Senior final exams, I know this is just for seniors, but it does involve the SAT test. The seniors are taking it coming up here shortly, and juniors will hopefully be taking this year. And it talks about if you meet or exceeds on the composite score, that you will be exempt from first semester exams your senior year. And if you have outstanding character during first and second and don't have any discipline problems or any absences more than 9, you also have the ability to be able to be exempt from final exam second semester. Here at school, we do have PBIS. How we call it is Model, Honor, and Support. We call it Mascoutah Pride. Model positive behavior, honor yourself and others, and support school rules. That does bring up one important thing here when we talk about those things during this crisis we're having right now. It is our goal to keep everyone safe. So when you come into school and you have to self-certify, that is for a reason. When you see arrows and signs in the hallways and on the walls, those are for a reason. We ask you to wear masks. That is for a reason. In the bathrooms, we're asking only 3. That is for a reason. In the classrooms, we have tried to put desks 6 feet apart. That is for a reason. So remember, in the end, it is our goal that we keep everybody safe and that we make sure that we can continue to attend school and bring others in to join us as we move further along. So let's make 2021 the best it can be, because I believe, and I know the administration team believes, we are one team, one tribe, one family.